All right, so just woke up and I'm about to get into today's writing. But before doing so, I wanted to break something down with you guys. I don't know. Just pretend I'm a film teacher. Pretend I'm a creative writing teacher. And yeah, pretend this is a film school.
I actually think I'm getting gypped when I go to a movie and I realize it's either been shot on digital or being projected in digital.
So I don't know how many of you are aware, but there's really only three realms to telling a story, really. You got structure, you got character, and you got plot. A lot of people say character is the most important. I think that's actually true as well, but at the same time, they're all important in their own way, you know? It's like you have to have all of these three pieces of the whole pie, each independently each independently sound and sort of working in conjunction with each other to for the whole thing to click, really. So it's like if the structure is solid but the plot is crap and the characters are strong, it's like maybe it won't connect and vice versa. But anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys an example of certain patterns that show up in writing or in filmmaking that you can use to your advantage in your own writing and in your own filmmaking as far as how you structure your stories. Um, so, some people talk about how there's this thing called the inciting event. You don't have to adhere to that rule, but basically, there's sort of this like consensus that if a story or a screenplay does not grab the audience within the first 10 minutes or within the first 10 pages, then you're lost at sea, basically. You're lost at sea. So it is a good rule of thumb though, especially now with social media and all this stuff where people's attention spans are so diminished. You got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes to make it interesting. And if you don't, you probably lost the audience. But anyway, so I'm going to give you two examples of movies where they really grab you quick, that are mechanically, two openings that are mechanically the same in terms of the writing. Jurassic Park and the movie Twister. So it's not an accident that both movies were written by Michael Crichton, but you can find thousands of movies that follow this same pattern. Look at every James Bond movie that's ever made. There's like the opening sequence. You have this super high end, super action oriented opening sequence, and then that leads to the title sequence. So same idea. But anyway, all right. So here, let's take a look at the opening of Twister. Okay, now let's take a look at the opening of Jurassic Park.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Okay, so if you try to take a step back from all of it and simplify what you're really seeing, so in Twister, Joe's dad, Joe is the Helen Hunt character, so Joe is a child, her dad dies in this storm. And that is a character creating event. That is the event that created the character. It's the catalyst for why Joe became Joe. But ultimately, the point is that the opening event with the tornado, like again, if you take a step back, look at it objectively, it's like, what really happened here?
What the hell happened here?
Okay, here's what happened. Something big happened.
Oh.
And then effectively the rest of the movie, mechanically, the characters, at least Joe, and definitely the remainder of the plot, is a byproduct of the opening sequence. So in other words, if you were to break down in very simple terms the way it was mechanically written, here's how it was written. Something big happens, and then that causes the rest of the movie. That causes the rest of the plot. The rest of the plot is a byproduct of that opening event. Same thing in Jurassic Park. The Jurassic Park worker gets killed in the process of them trying to move the Velociraptor from its holding cage into its enclosure or whatever.
Clever girl.
And then in the aftermath of that death, the rest of the movie is a byproduct of that. So something happens, something bad happens, something big happens, and now we got to deal with it. Now we show the aftermath.
Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
So Twister and Jurassic Park are very much the same in that way. Something bad, something big happens, and now we look at the aftermath of it. So the reason why it's valuable to see these patterns is because, you in your own writing could perhaps approach the opening of a screenplay or a movie, or of any story, a novel, or even a song. You could if you're a musician, songwriter, whatever, you could approach the opening of a song in that way. Something happens, and here's the aftermath of whatever happened. All right, everybody. So, took me all day to edit that video, so please, I hate being this guy, but please like, subscribe. I mean, I know everybody uses that stupid smash that subscribe button thing, but yeah, it's cliche, but do it. But do it. Please do it. I would like to make a go of it. Hit the subscribe button. Do it. Do it. Thank you.